Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Sunny here, and as I promised you in the last DOSA guide, I was going to try and update this as new changes came out to the class to optimize the combo, and there's been a couple of changes that I've used myself. So I'm gonna give you guys a new, slightly changed combo with some new add-ons here. And these add-ons works really well with the combo. There's a few changes you can make to it depending on what you need and where you're grinding and all that, so always do it. For example, the plus 20 DP on Twin Slash. If you don't need survivability when you're grinding, you don't need that, right? You could take something else in there. If you're doing chunk red ruins, then you want some down attack, etc, etc. Maybe you want some human damage in here as well if you are doing places like giants. But these combos here that I'm doing and also the add-ons are for general use. You can jump on the class and you can play it and perform well right out the gate. But remember, there's always specialization depending on the spot you're grinding, where you want to alter the combo slightly and you want to alter the add-ons accordingly as well. So this here is a general guide, but let's take a look at the changes. So the big change here arises from not actually what I was expecting. I'm sure a lot of you, the new Rabams. Quickly, I've been using for PvE the dual slash, and I've been using blade waltz here. They are basically fillers. So whenever I'm killing a pack and there's like one mob left, then I'll just use these real quick because they're not actually part of my combo. So I don't run the risk of having abilities on cooldown into the next pack. They are very quick, as you can see, and they actually do good damage. But personally, I just use them as filler whenever I need to finish up a last mob. But those are the ones that I'm using for PvE for that. So the big change here comes from one of the abilities, WF, getting shorter cooldown. It means the add-on on it is less duration. So for that, I've switched over to Cloud Spire. A lot of people have been asking me about this because they don't seem to know, which is understandable because it doesn't really say anywhere. But if you put an add-on on Cloud Spire, down RMB, it will also proc that add-on whenever you're using the Virgin Shaft. It's the same with Oblique Cleave. If you put an add-on on Fog Cleave here, down LMB, you will also proc that add-on whenever you're using the Space Bomb. So by putting my add-on here, my AP and Monster AP, it's a 12-second duration. I didn't get that on my jump in here. So I'll basically, depending on how far between the packs, I will either like shift space and then RMB into the pack, or WF RMB as well. But I use that as an engage into any pack constantly. And the combo I'm about to show you here, you for infinite loop, you can also do it in the combo, which I will show. But the combo is basically, again, 2 sections of a combo. If you have C-buff on, then you probably will run into a cooldown issue, at which point you need to be using Shift LMB or the Rabams to fill in the gap until the W+rmb comes back off cooldown. Seems to be the longest one here. But this works as an infinite combo, and hopefully you wouldn't need it because mobs will be dead. So this is also the one I'm using out at Tongue right now. So we go in, I'll just use WF into RMB, hold down RMB, then W+rmb, LMB, and now we're going to Shift Q into Shift F. And from here, you can then spacebar and RMB if you want to extend it. And then you go into the second part. Now, the second part is exactly the same, except instead of Shift Q, Shift F, you go Shift E, Shift RMB. And that really is the only difference. So the core is still the RMB engage, hold down RMB, then W+rmb into LMB, into shift ability, and to shift ability, and that's it. So if you rotate this infinitely, it will look like this. And then here you can go spacebar into RMB. And you see they're coming right up. And now second part here. and we go spacebar again into RMB, and the cooldowns are lining up perfectly for this to be running infinitely. So that is really the infinite combo, high top DPS, and it's super easy, super straight to the point, and it leaves you with Shift+LMB and the 2 new Rabam abilities that I have hotbarred myself on 4 and 5 to fill in if you ever need to finish off a mob, or if you are running into some cooldown issues because of having the steep buff active. But there you go, hopefully you found this useful, and if anything new arises or changes, I'll make sure to make a new update. See you in the next one.